Welcome to Enhancing the Gardens for the Swallowtail Butterfly Lesson. I'm Big D.
And I'm Little D.
And we are going to be guiding you through today's lesson. For this lesson, you will need
a pencil,
your Venn diagram recording sheet, We Love Pollinators bookmark, your seeds, which may contain dill, fennel, and curly parsley seeds.
You will need colored pencils, 3 popsicle sticks, a Sharpie marker, scissors, and a container filled with soil and water.
Please collect those items and put us on pause, and we will be right here waiting for you when you get back. Today we are going to explore these questions. How can we enhance the gardens to bring the eastern black swallowtail butterfly here, and why is this important? Many families in diverse communities are raising butterflies. Little D, do you know the name of the butterflies that most people raise?
I think the monarch butterfly.
That's right. Take a look at this picture of the monarch butterfly. They are sitting on flowers. Little D, as you look at these pictures, do you see the shape of all these flowers?
Yes, all of those flowers give butterflies a landing pad.
Exactly. There's a reason why the monarchs you see are usually on these types of plants. Butterflies have 4 legs, so they need something to sit upon while they drink nectar. They need a landing pad. Can you tell me where we look to find monarch eggs, Little D?
We look at the milkweed plants.
Yes, you can see the 4 milkweed plants in the photo. Monarchs are one pollinator of the butterfly family. Let me tell you a story about another. One morning, children were harvesting vegetables in their school garden. They were almost finished harvesting when someone called out, "Look at all the caterpillars." Everyone ran over, and this is what they saw.
Caterpillars were munching away on parsley plants. They assumed they were monarch caterpillars, and a volunteer took them home with a lot of parsley to raise them.
When the volunteer sent a picture of the chrysalises the butterfly made, they thought something was wrong because they didn't look like the chrysalises of a monarch butterfly.
This is what they look like and realized these were swallowtail chrysalises.
Unlike monarchs who need to migrate to stay in warm temperatures, swallowtails forming in the side of chrysalises can withstand the cold temperatures of the winter months.
They were making their home in the garden. Look at the swallowtail that emerged in the spring.
What we are going to do today is to try to find out how we can continue to entice these pollinators to our gardens so that they will want to come back year after year. But first, let's think about why pollinators are so important. They are a very important part of the food chain. Little D, do you know the first link in the food chain?
The first link in the food chain is the plants.
That's right. And what's the second link?
The second link is the consumers. Some consumers are also known as pollinators. We are consumers too because we eat plants.
Ah, right. And what would happen if there weren't enough plants growing that the swallowtail like to eat and lay their eggs on?
Then the swallowtail would start to die off.
And if the swallowtail started dying off, then how do those plants get pollinated?
I guess they wouldn't get pollinated.
If plants don't get pollinated, then what would happen?
The plants couldn't make more of themselves or reproduce if they don't get pollinated.
Right. Soon, we would not have very much to eat if pollination does not occur.
That's why pollinators are so important.
That's right. In order to understand what we can do to help pollinators, we have 2 very special guests with us today, the monarch and swallowtail butterfly. Please take out your Venn diagram recording sheet and a pencil. Listen carefully to learn more about these important pollinators. Listen to what is the same and what is different about them and write it down. When they write something, you write it down too. Hi class, I know you see me a lot in the garden. Of course, I am a monarch butterfly. Let me introduce you to another great butterfly, the black swallowtail butterfly. We are here to tell you about the ways the two of us are the same and what is also different about us. On the worksheet that you have, when we tell you something about ourselves that is the same, write down what that is in the appropriate space on your Venn diagram. When something about us is different, write that down in the appropriate space on the Venn diagram. We will show you how to do it.
Hello, class. I know a difference right away. We are different colors. You are predominantly orange with a black body and orange lines in your wings. I do have a black body, but my wings are mostly black with blue and white spots at the bottom. Let's write that down now.
I was listening to the story your teacher just told. I didn't understand how your caterpillars were mistaken for mine. Let's bring out our caterpillar friends and see if there is a difference. What do you think, class?
I can see why children may have thought I was a monarch, except for my body being green. We both have similar stripes. If they did not have these close-up pictures of us when the children were out looking, they could have thought that I was you and you were me.
I just noticed that you have no antenna as a caterpillar, but I have two pairs as a caterpillar. One pair in the front and another in the back.
I think I know another difference between us last fall. I saw many monarchs flying away. Then this spring I saw many monarchs flying back. Where did you go and why did you fly away?
Monarchs love the warm weather on our wings. When the temperature begins to get cooler, we begin a 3,000-mile journey to the Sierra Madre Mountains of Mexico. This is called migration. In the spring, we return using the sun and the magnetic pull from the North Pole to guide our long flight.
That is truly amazing. I do not migrate because I can bring my body temperature down. I can survive when it gets very cold. I stay right here. I snuggle down in my chrysalis, which is my pupa stage, all winter, emerging in the spring. Aren't you tired after all that flying?
We do get tired and stop often to drink nectar and restore our energy. If I am a female monarch butterfly and I spot milkweed along the way, you can be sure that I will be laying some eggs there. Along the way, there are many monarch conservation areas that organizations and people have planted where we can rest and eat. Gardens, which have both flowers and milkweed, are a safe place for us. We love to come and drink all the nectar from your flowers and lay our eggs on your milkweed. I do know one way where we are the same. We both go through a metamorphosis. It is our life cycle. We start out as an egg, popping out of that egg as a caterpillar, devouring everything along our way, becoming a chrysalis, and then climbing out of that chrysalis as a fabulous butterfly.
We pollinate the same plants you do, but we have different plants we eat. You are rather fussy and will only eat milkweed in the center stage of your life. As an adult, we both only want nectar, and your butterfly garden has everything that we need. I lay my eggs on dill plants. I also lay my eggs on parsley, anise, fennel, rue, and queen Anne's lace. These plants are known as a host plant for my caterpillars. My caterpillars need them to munch on so they will grow and make their chrysalis, becoming gorgeous butterflies. I think that if you planted more of these houseplants in your garden, we would come here a lot.
I do believe it is time for us to be going, my friends. Goodbye, children. You are certainly a great class. Thank you again for taking time to grow plants that we need to survive. Invite us back anytime.
Welcome back.
Let's help these pollinators by planting the host plant seeds that the swallowtail butterfly likes.
Having the host plant in our garden will attract swallowtail butterflies to pollinate other plants, so we will always enjoy the food at our dinner table.
Sounds great. We are going to plant the host plants for the swallowtail butterfly. Please take out your herb seeds,
Container, soil, 3 popsicle sticks, marker, and water.
What's the first thing that we need to do, Little D?
Fill our container with soil.
Exactly. Put some soil in your container. And now what should we do?
Plant the seeds.
Yeah. So get 3 seeds of each of the herbs that you have. We have fennel, parsley, and dill. Take your finger and dig a hole and make sure to give each seed space to grow. Drop a seed in each hole and cover it back up with soil. Once you're done with that, what is the next thing that we need to do, Little D?
Label them.
Yes, please get your popsicle sticks, label them with the seeds that you planted, and stick them next to the seeds in the soil. And what's the last thing that we need to do, Little D?
Water them and put them next to the window to get light.
That's right. We are doing great work here protecting pollinators, but there are many people who do not know a lot about why they need protection.
Let's help others understand why pollinators are so important.
Great idea. Let's share our knowledge with others by making bookmarks that children can pass out to help people understand the importance of pollinators. Please get your We Love Pollinators bookmark, your colored pencils,
And scissors.
Here are a few important facts that you could use on your bookmark. They are written on the side. Which one are you going to use on your bookmark, Little D?
I'm going to use number 2.
All flowering plants need to be pollinated to grow. Here are other ideas to use. They're right on the side of your bookmark. 1 out of every 3 bites of food we take exists due to pollination. Some examples, and there's a lot, are apples, almonds, blueberries, bananas, cranberries, kiwis, melons, nuts, pears, squash, or any vegetable that has a flower. Number 2 is the one that Little D is writing down. And number 3 is through photosynthesis, plants take in carbon dioxide and release oxygen. This is a process that helps us breathe better. Flowers add beauty to our world. Without pollinators, there would be no plants, which means there would be no food. We are losing pollinators through the use of pesticides, through changes in our climate, and through the animals losing their homes. Planting gardens with seeds butterflies like helps to protect and feed pollinators and give them a place to raise their young. You can incorporate any of these ideas into your bookmark by writing them in this space. Please choose as many as can fit onto your bookmark. When you're done writing your ideas on your bookmark, cut it out with the scissors.
Make as many as you would like.
What a great learning experience we had today. Excellent work, class. Thank you for joining us in the Living Classroom Learning Lab.
See you next time. Invite us back anytime.